Hey, what's going on? This is Alex with DJ Cut Entertainment. Today we're doing a wedding at the Barn at Countryside in Aurora, Oregon. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of what it's like to have a wedding. So if you're having a wedding here, these are some tips and some things that you should consider as you're planning your event. So what we got here is these are our two JBL PRX1s. This is what we use for sound for primarily the dance floor. Now, like I said, this room has a really bad echo. And so the primary purpose of these two speakers is to pick up these tables right here and the dance floor. I'm actually gonna have them on a lower volume than the other speakers, so that way we get a nice even distribution of sound. Here in a little bit I'll show you. Around the corner we have a speaker for our cocktail setup. When people are gonna come in here for a cocktail, they're gonna grab their drink and head outside. We wanna make sure that they can all hear what's going on. All right, so this is where our cocktail area is gonna take place. We're gonna have yard games out here. We have a bar slash cigar bar out here. During cocktail, everybody likes to hang out here. Plus on the inside, there is no fan, so it's gonna be pretty hot. So I'm imagining not everybody is going to be inside for the dance party. They're going to want to come outside. So if you see over here, we have another speaker that's over here. So some venues require a full cocktail setup if it's in a different location, but we can tap into our DJ booth over there and put a speaker out there. They like to keep these doors closed for the most part, I think because of sound. So we got to have sound out here. So during cocktail, the photographer, videographer will come up to me and be like, hey, we need Susan, Billy, or we need Nancy's side of the family, or the Joneses, you know, all to come out there. And so they need to hear us on the microphone. So depending on where our different locations are, we're gotta have a proper sound setup in all the different areas that people are gonna be. So sometimes it can mean a DJ setup in one location, then we got to do an extra cocktail setup in a different location. Then we got to do a dinner setup in another location. So it really just depends on all the different locations. So this setup today is actually like a 5-speaker setup. I'll go on the inside and I'll show you what that's going to look like. So we got to have speakers for the dance floor. We're going to have a cocktail speaker out here. So we need to make sure that we have proper sound in each of the locations. I'm going to take you inside right now and show you what we're working with. We're just about done getting everything set up, but I'll go through all my processes and we'll show you what we're working with on the inside. But this is where cocktail's going to be, and then I bet after the special dances, people are going to hang out here until it gets a little bit darker and a little bit cooler on the inside. So this is where our cake table is going to be, and then over here we have our head table that's going to be over here, and we want to make sure that they have sound too as well. So then we have our 4th speaker that is going to be over here, and that's going to be for these couple tables over here. You know, we could take our speaker that's over there pointed this way and try to push it over here, but like I said, it's going to bounce against those hard walls, and you can listen. Like, it's really loud in here. You get everybody talking and echoing. It's really bad. Great venue, but when you have the hard floors, hard walls, and nothing to, you know, dampen that sound, you're gonna get a really bad echo. And so there's only so much we can do, but I try everything to, you know, go through that, make sure that we have a proper sound setup, so that way everybody can hear, you know, good, and it's a good experience for the people that are all the way over there versus the people that are all the way over here.
My grandma does not travel, so this is a lot for her, and my grandma is she stepped up and taken that other role on for me, and I look at her and I see who I want to be with.
So now we're gonna do a sound check. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So a lot of times in the ceremony you have 2 lapel mics that will come with the package. A lot of times we'll have people playing musical instruments or somebody else reading a prayer. So that's why we ask for the requirements when it comes to setting up our microphones for the ceremony, but the package will all come with 2 lapel mics. So this is a setup that we're running with out here today.
All jokes aside, I've known Greg and Carly for about 16 years, and I'm beyond honored that I was asked to officiate this wedding, even though I'm sure I was the last resort.
So as you can see, it's broad daylight and it's pretty dark in this room. So let me cover what we do for lighting design in this room. They have these twinkly lights that go around the dance floor. You can see it doesn't add that much light. So what we like to do is we like to do spotlights on the dance floor, and then we'll do up lights around the room to color these walls, because you can see they're pretty plain, which is good because you can really fit your color scheme by doing up lights. Now, a room this size, we do between probably about 20 up lights is going to fill this room and make this room pop and look good. But we have to do some form of lighting in this room. We like to dim those down because these are just really flat lights and it doesn't give that pop that it needs to make it look good for your photos and for your video. So every time we do a wedding here, we do some form of up lights and we do spotlights on the dance floor. This isn't included in our package, but can be added onto it. We're also going to be doing cold sparks for the end of the first dance. So we are going to set up 4 of these, and then when they come to the dance floor, these are going to shoot sparks out. We do have a fire ban in Oregon right now, so they can't do sparklers, and so a lot of people are choosing to add these because they're a non-pyrotechnic. They are not hot. They burn at, I think, about 50 degrees, and we can do a really, really cool effect and still get around kind of the fire ban and just create a new effect that people are not used to seeing at a wedding, and it's that wow factor that a lot of people are looking for. So for this particular wedding, we are going to do 4 of these boxes. With our company, we have about 12 right now. Most people do between 4 and 8 boxes per event. This can be done for the first dance, the grand entrance, and then the grand exit. So it just really depends on what you guys are looking for. So this is what this is. All right, so we just got done doing our wedding at Barn at Countryside, had a dope dance party, got to do a sparkler send off, that looked really good. As you can see right now, we have the overhead lights on. Here, it's either all on or all off. There's no dimmer, so I really wish we could have some spotlights on the dance floor. They decided to go with the up lights. The up lights look really, really good around the room, added some energy. This particular client wanted 10. I think we could use about 20 to fill the room. So we kept half the up lights, over on this side because we only had a package of 10 of them. Overall, great vibe, but as expected, they have some box fans in here. You can kind of hear in the background. No AC in here like most barn weddings, so that's really typical, nothing out of the ordinary. So everybody hung outside for almost the majority of the night. When the sun went down, everybody came in to have a dance party, but having that extra speaker outside was really, really critical because that's pretty much where everybody hung out until the sun went down. I love this venue. It's beautiful in here. It does create some challenges and you need to overcome it. One is power for the ceremony. In here, power was good. It's sparse, big room. We need to have a couple extra speakers. Our speakers are pointing this way. All the people back there couldn't hear anything, so we had those fill speakers. So it's a little bit bigger package than your typical like starter package or basic package, but we need to make sure that we have the right elements to make sure that the event is successful.